Okay, give me 1 second. I wasn't planning on it. I was just getting ready to message you. But I know it's late, so I wasn't sure if you'd be up. So I've got my laptop up so I can see chat, but I'm going to be panning as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nerd out like I normally would. I'm going to classify this shit out of this like I normally would. Right now what we're doing is we're panning out the B&B Pay Dirt 100 subscriber giveaway bag that I won from B&B Pay Dirt Prospecting over there. And there should be a minimum of 0.50 in this, a minimum of 0.50. And this is what we're going to pan. I'm just going to classify it and then we're going to pan it. So in a second here, I'm going to move this and we'll classify right here. And then I will move the dirt out of the way, bring the pan back, and we'll pan the dirt. Oh, nice. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, bro. I'm glad you're here. I forgot about the time difference and how much later it is there for you, which is early for you, late for me now. Alright, so let's rip her open and see what we got. These bags open really well. I love these bags. They're easy to rip open. You don't have to worry about the heat seal or cutting them. And they're sturdy enough to where they're not going to bust open in transit. Plus, when I got this bag, it was two bags together and it was bagged and bagged and bagged and bagged. So there was 4 package layers on this. So it was not going to break open. And if it did, I wasn't going to lose anything out of it. A little dusty. I'm looking here, not seeing anything that jumps out at me except for some broken pieces of quartz, which my daughter will appreciate. So we're just gonna dump that over there for now. So how is everybody doing tonight or this morning? Well, I'm glad everybody's here. Well, there's a few different people here tonight. I appreciate everybody coming in. Well, I don't see any big gold just floating around in there, which, I mean, it's a 0.50 bag, but I'm sure I will find gold. I can guarantee you I will find gold. I know how this guy puts together his pay dirts, and these ones are rather generous, even though it's a gibby bag. I know it's generous. So let's go ahead and let's get some dirt stacked up here. Ooh, some classifiers. Let's get ready to wash some rocks. Oh, I also got this in the giveaway as well. And this was compliments of April. Miss April, I appreciate the shovel. Thank you very much. I will be using it rather frequently. So thank you. Let's move this up just a little bit. Better view for all the boys and girls at home. So we're just gonna do some of this at a time, and then we'll do some more. Oh, here we go. Wash some rocks. See if we can find a flash in the pan. Well, sorry I'm not talking much, chat. Anyways, this is going to pan off rather quickly here. Just going to finish getting through the bigs here, and then we can see what else we've got when it comes to gold. You never know, we might find a nice little picker in here that didn't make it through the screen because it was too big. Got plenty of jet dry in the water today, so not worried about anybody yelling at me for jet dry. I know how easy that mistake can happen. Just watching your gold just float away. Makes you wonder though, how did the old timers do it so well when they were doing it in the river? They didn't have jet dry back then. It's gonna be about all we go on that. Let's put some water in here. Pan it back, see if we can find anything. And of course we find gold. I'm sure you guys can see that right there. Yeah. And that is on the first pan. Finish getting the rocks out of there. How's that for the first small pan of gold, of dirt? That is screaming. Let's go ahead and we'll just sniffer that up. Away she goes. A small little piece in here, something I didn't miss. I just should have just done a second ago, but I go through my tailings 2 or 3 times just to make sure, because I know I'm not the greatest of panners, but you know, practice makes perfect. So the more you do it, the better you get. So how about that for the first pan, chat? That wasn't too bad. I know, right? I love it when you can do that too. Check it out. That was badass. I like hearing that sound too. Well, let's do the rest of this and see what we got. Swash some more rocks. So that wasn't bad. That was actually really good. I can almost predict that maybe this bag's going to be a little heavier than 0.50, which I was already the assumption it was going to be, plus I talked to him, but I think it's going to be heavier than he thinks it is too. But we'll see. Let's wash some more rocks. Let's see if we can find some more gold, which I know we're going to find gold. It's going to be a matter of how much and whether I can recover all the gold in this pay dirt, because, you know, like I said, not the greatest of panners. But for the first pan, that right there, that is what I am fucking talking about. That is the whole reason why we do this, is to find that stuff. And I'll be honest with you, if you've never panned for gold before, it's very therapeutic. There is nothing more satisfying than washing away dirt on one last final wash and just watching all this gold appear. There is nothing greater than that feeling. And I know that there's fellow panners out there that can probably speak to it. Now, they've done it a lot, so they're way more used to finding gold. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know if that you ever lose that feeling of panning some dirt, moving some rocks, and then just all of a sudden there's gold. It's amazing. There's not a greater feeling in my opinion. What do you say, guys? What do you think about that? You think there's a better feeling than finding a flash in your pan? That's right. I did win this bag on B&B's 100 sub channel or 100 sub giveaway. And I'll be honest with you, every bag of pay dirt I've gotten from him, I have yet to be disappointed. You will always have what he guarantees you will have. And his prices are reasonable, especially for what you're getting. I do encourage that you sub him up and watch his videos, because if you're talking about someone who's got Riz, he's got Riz on the camera. And so he's really good at what he does. He's a way better panner than I am, so he definitely recovers all the gold. I would definitely check him out and sub him up if you can. You will not be disappointed. Let's find some more gold. Just gonna pan this back so we can find, I guess, some big rocks on the way here. They're gonna stop in the water, do what it needs to do. We just got one piece on this one. But that is okay because we got a good decent amount on the last one. Just make sure really quick. That's not even a piece of gold. I'll pan it back one more time just to make sure I didn't miss it. There's nothing in there, which is fine because that first pan did me well. Alright. We're going to do 1 scoop at a time. Let's do 1.5 scoops at a time. Now, he did tell me that there are black sands. It's going to be a little more of a challenging bag. I'll be honest with you, I probably should have ran my magnet through it, but like he told me, and there was so much truth in it, the only way you're really going to get better at panning is if you start panning dirts that you're not cheating on. And I mean, you're kind of cheating by. He didn't say the word cheating. I'm using the word cheating. And I believe that's kind of what he was referring to by using a magnet and pulling out the black sands, because it's not the natural way of things the way it would be if you were actually on the side of a river or on the side of a creek or in a puddle somewhere panning dirt that you found on a decent pay streak, so, and I completely understand. And plus, it will make me better panner. So let's do it the way the old timers would. And if it takes 1 or 2 more times to get all the gold out, then that's what it takes. I will probably be getting a sluice soon, some sort of indoor circulating one that's got water contained that you can put in like a 5-gallon or like a 10-gallon tub or something. And I'll be able to sluice my tailings, which is really exciting because then I'll be able to make sure that I definitely get all of the gold out of the dirt that we harvest, because I mean, that's why we're doing it, to get all the gold out. So you don't want to waste anything, especially being over $3,400 an ounce right now. So right now we're just moving some dirt. When you bring it back and you stratify, what that does is it makes it so whatever gold is in there is going to fall to the bottom. Make it so you lose less. However, sloppy panning or rushed panning, which is what I probably do and am guilty of regularly, will make it so you don't recover as much gold on the first time around, or even the second, or possibly even the third, depending on how well your panning skills are and how fast you're rushing or how impatient you are. Now, I pan my stuff 2 or 3 times because I know how impatient I am. I was actually telling B&B about how I've got containers of dirt sitting around my kitchen, but I can only imagine that I was just preaching to the choir, because I'm sure he's got dirt everywhere. I didn't even think about it at the time. Let's see how much gold we recover on this scoopful. Looks like I got some up here in this corner. This is the part where you need to be as patient as possible. This is the part where it's the hardest part to be impatient to, because this is where it all comes out. This is where that last little wash reveals gold. Which you can see some right up in here. Looks like I got some more over there. There's nothing better than finding gold in the bottom of your pan. Let's double check here really quick before I dump her. Nothing in there. Not bad for only 1 scoop of dirt. We'll try 1.5 and see what we can come up with this time. So wash some of this dirt, get a little cleaner so we can start panning it and see what she comes up with. I appreciate everybody who's here. I can't even see how many people are here right now. Cartier, welcome in, man. I appreciate you here. Hey, Woodsy, what's going on? Bobby, you still hanging out? I appreciate everybody for being here. Woodsy, Donnie, you going to bed? Sorry, I'm not paying much attention to chat. I'm just trying to find the shiny. I'm gonna need to get some more water here soon, though. See if we can't find another flash in the pan here. Ooh, lost a lot of dirt on that one. Let's find some shiny, baby. I love me finding some gold. Especially, did I see in chat, did you guys say gold's $134 a gram? Or is that down in Australia? Oh, in Australia today, I got it. So it's 111 right here. Right here. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. I remember when gold was $350 an ounce. Now I'm starting to date myself and show you how old I am. But yeah, it's been a long time, but I remember that. Gas was only 89 cents a gallon, and you had the option of leaded or unleaded. Yeah, things have changed. Saturday morning cartoons. Now you got cartoons 24 hours, depending on what channel you put it on. It's nuts. Here's something rattling around in there. That's not normal dirt. put money on it. There's a big piece of gold on the bottom there somewhere, or rock, something. But I put money on. There's something rattling around. I can hear it. I gotta pan it back far enough. Let's see what we find. Well, there are some rocks, but I do see some gold right up in here. Alright. Look at that honker right there. Let's do 2 scoops this time. Let's get brave. Not that brave, but brave. Braver than I would normally would be. After this pan, I'm going to go get some more water. So, my Sluice Fox sluice is a 3D printed sluice, and it's got moss and ridges, and it's really cool. And I got these pans with it, and these are supposed to be 3D printed pans, from what my understanding is, right? The thing about these pans is it's got the small ridges, but as it rolls around the edge here, it gets smaller and smaller and finer, and I have a hard time. For some reason, I have a hard time negotiating the pan when it comes to panning out the smaller sand. And that's just, I guess, me. Just, I don't know, I'm just used to a very simplistic pan, even though I want to get a big, um, the big, what's it called? The sluice master pan or whatever. I forget the name of it. But it's got a bunch of, it's just much larger than this one. It's got a bunch of ridges, but these ones on the edges are much smaller, and they're uniform, where these ones aren't. They're spiral, which just throws me off for some reason. It's not aesthetic to my eye when I'm painting, and I don't know why, but I need that for me to judge where I'm, where my angle is, how much dirt's flowing with every time I drop the pan in the water, things like that. But that's me. That's how I pan. Everybody's got their own methods and styles. The ultimate goal at the end of the day is finding gold. There's some channels that just get dirt and they just sluice. They run it right through a water sluice right there, and that's how they process their pay dirts. Because that's their maximum. I mean, they pan the end, of course, because you got that small small bit of dirt and stuff like that that's in the pan or in the mat itself, depending on what type of mat you have, determines on really kind of like how much you have to work to get the gold out the rest of the way. I've seen a lot of dream mats. They uh, they have a tendency to gather more gold than they do heavy as a debris, which is pretty beneficial when you're cleaning your mat, from what I've seen, because that just makes it so there's less work on the cleanup and faster gold recovery. Plus, those dream mats are pretty awesome. I don't know if I've told you guys or not, but I have the opportunity at the beginning of June. I'm going with my buddy down to California, and we're going to work his dad's 14 gold claim he's got down there. And this last weekend, I was over at his house. We were looking at all the areas that the geologists said were rich in spots for gold, and we're going to go down there for a week and work his gold claims and see what we can come up with. Also, I offered to, I asked him what it might, like, so we're going to go work gold claims. Like, well, what's your cut? Like, do I get to keep any of it or anything? He goes, you get to keep 100% of what you find. So everything I bring back is going to me, which, in my opinion, is fucking awesome. So, gonna go metal detect. We're going to bring a high banker with us as well and move some earth and find some gold, which I am super excited about. I'm going to bring my Minelab metal detector with us. He is picking up a Gold Monster 1000 before we go. And I'm going to bring, of course, my Sluice Fox Sluice, my pans, my pinpointers, and see how much gold we can bring back to Washington from California. Now, of course, I know a few prospectors and people that find gold in the wild, and so I will be reaching out to all those people before I go to make sure that I have maximum opportunity to find gold. What? There's no. There's gold. There's just one small little find that I can see right there. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna get skunked on a pan because of how rich it's been. But I mean, seriously, for as much gold as I've recovered already? Are you, sir? Are you? I got it. Well, that was surprising. I'll go through this multiple times. But let's see if we can find some more shiny. And I forgot to get more water, like I've been talking about doing. I'm just so excited, man. I love panning for gold. Yes, I know it's just a half gram bag. I'm aware. I'm sure there's going to be, I have a lot of dirt left. So I'm sure there's going to be more gold I find. I'm just glad that my eye was good enough to find that small little fly poop on there. Honestly, I was really surprised my eye was good enough for that. But I found it, and that just makes it. I mean, that was probably natural bearing from your creek too, or wherever you harvested the dirt from. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure the fly poop is from the natural bearing gold in the dirt from the creek itself. Just wash some more dirt. Excuse me, guys. I didn't mean to cough that loud so you can get your eardrums blown out by me. So, unfortunately, this is probably prime time for me to stream live. Sadly enough, and I think I say that's bad because most of the people that would be watching my stuff are on the East Coast for the most part, anyways. But I do have some guys on the West Coast. But for me, it's just timing wise, this is better than like right after I get home from work because I got to wind down and do everything else. I don't want to rush, because this is supposed to be slow so you can make sure you. Wow, look at all that dark. There's some heavies in there. Lots of black sand. Look at that. It's dark. I know the camera view. I know not very good for you to be able to see what I was talking about. Can you guys still see okay while I'm panning? Do I need to give you more light? I can get more light. Woodsy, have a good night if you're taking off, buddy. I appreciate you coming and checking it out, man. More light might be good. All right, give me a second here. Let me. Ooh, almost there. The light help better for you guys? Can you see better now? Oh, looks like you can see better now. Nice. Don't. Come on. Don't rush. Slow. All right. Let's see what we got. Go washed away a piece of gold. I didn't mean to. There she is. All right. Okay, I've been saying it. I gotta get some more water. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'll be right back. Plenty of jet dry in there. And I love this shovel, April. Thank you again. And Bob sending it to me. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's awesome. Ooh, that moved a lot more dirt than it should have. Hopefully I didn't lose a whole lot, but that's like I said why I go through it multiple times to make sure that I recover what I lost through my horrible painting skills. See if we can't find some shiny in this pan. But we have recovered quite a bit, and I do know that it was just a half-gram bag. So, and there's a good chance that there might just be a half-gram in that snuffer bottle. But we're still going to pan the rest of this and see what we find, because there's no point in not panning it. It's dirt, it has gold in it, and there's a good chance that I'm going to recover more than a half-gram. And even if I don't, it's only guaranteed a half-gram. But I do know that he said that he put just a little more than a half-gram in here. See if we can't find something. There we go. I had too much water in there. It wasn't moving the dirt like I needed it to. Come on. See what we got. Give me some shiny. Come on. That was exciting. That was a flashlight I grabbed when I was in my kitchen so I could see the gold a little better on a pinpoint basis. But that's okay. I can still see what I'm looking for right there. That was awesome. Let's get brave. All right. Let's find some shiny. Whew. So I am still in my living room. However, I like to do panning in my kitchen on my stove. But there really wasn't a place that I could put my camera. So I did move the table close to the couch. So I am sitting on the couch instead of my knees like I was last video or last stream, which I'll be honest with you guys, I am too old for that shit. I cannot sit on my knees for a prolonged period of time with them bent the way that they were. So I had to come up with a different arrangement, and that is why we're looking at what we are. So I hope the angle is okay. I know it has to be better than it was last week. Last week was my first real live streaming, so um, it'll take me a couple of times to perfect it. I do need better lighting though, so I am going to work on getting a nice ring light or something that will work for the area that I'm going to set up for this. Come on, baby, let's find some gold. So Saturday, I have this ball gala thing that we do at my work once a year. It's kind of like a celebration for all the turmoil we put up with throughout the year. Yes, you could say it. They're just like wanting to make sure that they know we're appreciated. So we go and get fitted for tuxes, and we go down and spend a night in a fancy restaurant or a fancy hotel, and they have a big old gala thing for us, and everybody's all dressed to impress. So that's what I am doing Saturday night. And then when I wake up on Saturday or Sunday, I'm gonna drive the 45 minutes to my house, and then I am going to get dressed and drive an hour and a half to go get the kids and spend the weekend or at least Sunday with them. I just don't know if I'm gonna pick them up, turn and burn, and drive home, and then turn and burn and drive them home again, or if I'm just gonna stay up in the area where they are, because it would save me on gas and time. I can spend more time with the kids. So if the weather's okay, probably gonna go do some metal detecting, or maybe break out the old sluice and hit a creek or river up there and see if we can't find some shiny. And if we do, I'm going to make a video of it, make a post, of course. But I pretty excited. Pretty excited about next month, especially going and working my buddy's gold claims. That is sick. I can't wait. Especially since I get to keep what I find. Of course, I don't plan on keeping all that I find. I mean, you've got to pay a little bit. But he is excited. I can't wait. My he's excited too, but his dad is way more excited. And I think that he's even more pumped that I want to find gold and I've been bitten by the gold bug, because that just makes it easier for him to have an excuse to spend money to go down there and work and find some gold. And that's what we're planning on doing. And that's what he's planning on doing. And so I can't wait. You guys are going to see all kinds of videos from that week of me being down there. I'm going to be posting like a mother. I'm going to have my whole week posted. Every time I find something. Because I'll be honest with you, man, there's nothing cooler than pulling dirt out of the ground and finding gold. in my opinion. Let's see if we can't pan this back and find some gold. Come on. Give me some shiny. I'm pretty sure I see a piece up in here. Shiny. We're almost done, chat. Almost done. Oh, I will call you every day when I go. Am I good at panning? I do what I can, but I do know that I miss gold. And I don't mean to, but I do know that I miss gold. And man, I will definitely call you every day because I want to be super excited every day. Looks like we are gonna have probably this pan and maybe one more, and then I'm gonna be weighing it up, seeing how much gold we got out of her. Which I'll be honest with you, listen to this. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's gold rolling and crunching around in the bottom of my snuffer bottle. And honestly, unless it's heavier gold, it normally doesn't make that kind of sound. So there's a good chance that I might have close to a half gram in there already, if not more. So we'll see if we find anything else in this last two pans, which I'm sure we might. And even if we don't, what I've recovered and just the experience that I've had right now without all of you guys here right now watching me do this makes it worth it. So when I was growing up, I was in 4-H. So I raised a hog from the age of 9 to 15 to earn my school clothes money for the next year, right? Well, you would raise this hog through the springtime, and when summer came and the fair came, you would go with your hog and you would show him. So because you train him, right? You teach him how to walk with the stick. So he goes left, he goes right, he stops, he moves forward. Those types of commands. So you train in your pig, you get your pig all trained up, then you bring him to the county fair and you show him. Well, you earn money for each prize, right? So if you earn a ribbon, whether it be red, white, or blue, you earn a ribbon, you earn money for that ribbon, right? So you get two shows. And then after that, you show them for the big show. You bring them to the big show, and everybody's throwing up prices. And next thing you know, you're a 9-year-old and you're selling your best friend for $400. Anyways, you earn your school clothes money and you move on. Um, but as you walk into the fair, you pay your fare and you walk in, and there's this big, huge, like 4 foot tall pool that's got running water in it, and there's a guy standing there. It's like 3 or 4 feet deep, right? Good enough for you to lean over the top. And there's a guy there, and he has a pan, and it's got a mound of dirt in it, and he is selling that pan for $1.50, $1.50 worth of dirt. And you sit and you pan it out. And I'll be honest with you, back then, this being 30 plus years ago, you'd get a vial. He'd give you a vial and you'd have gold in it like this. Gold like that. Good, solid gold. Not just some small little flakes, but substantial gold. For $1.50. Pretty fucking nuts. My how times change. Gold's 1100 or $111 a gram right now. $3,400 an ounce last time I saw. That's insane. And that's all that. Tariff uncertainty, people leaving their stuff for safe havens like they always do when it comes to being worried about the way the economy is going. So who knows if it's going to stay like that, but who knows? It looks like we got some gold in this one, some bigger gold. Look at that. The corner's got some gold right there. I don't know if you can see that. Finish penning's back. See how much we recover on this one. That's going to make a clink in the bottom of the snuffer bottle. I guarantee it. I can tell you right now that that's at least 2 pickers. Yeah, check that out. Definitely more than a half gram. And that's thanks to being or Bob over at B&B Pay Dirt. Looks like we're on the last pan here, guys. See what we come up with. Who do we still got with me? Bob, you're still here. Carolyn, you're still here. My two hardcores. I appreciate both of you guys. Just so you know. Immensely. I'm starting to get sad. Last pan of dirt. That's alright. We got another bag coming from Mantis. But like I mentioned to you earlier, Bob, I'm going to let my daughter pan that bag. It's a .20 bag. I'll check it to see how difficult it is first. And clean it up if I need to make it easy for her to find the shiny. And I'll let her pan that one because she is super excited to pan. She panned her first beginner bag. It was a 1/4 gram bag. And she got a 1/2 gram out of it. So she got a bonus bag on her first bag of pay dirt, which was pretty awesome because if there's not a faster way for a kid to get the gold bug or to get bit by the gold bug, it's showing them how to pay them for dirt or how to pay them for gold, right? Oh, Mandy, you're in here. Hold on a second. Smurf you up, Mandy. All right, you're smurfed up, Mandy. I appreciate you coming in. How are you tonight? All right, come on. We're almost to the point where we're gonna paint it back. Let's see what we got. I think we can just get a little more dirt out of here before we do that. Well, thank you, Mandy. Come on. Almost there. Come on. Show me some shiny. There we go. I knew I wasn't going to get snuffed or. Yeah, you know what I mean. Skunked. Jeez. Why? Fucking brain fart there. That's a nice little chunk for the last piece or last pan. Cannot complain about that. A second here. We're going to do a snuffer dump. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, you guys. I can tell you with 100% certainty, without even weighing this, without weighing it, that is over a half a gram. Don't even have to weigh it. Don't even have to weigh it. I'm going to, but I don't even have to weigh it. T.O., I'm panning Bob Spader. This is the 100 giveaway bag he had. $12.43 for me, T.O. It's not bad. I mean, I work tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to be there at 7:15, but I got plenty of time to get sleep. I believe Sam Elliott said it in Roadhouse. I'll get no sleep when I'm dead. But yeah, not bad. Not bad on that 50 giveaway, Bob. Lots of gold. Nice bag. Nice bag. Appreciate it. And I still, the shovel, what a great addition. Something so small means so much. Well, I'm glad I'm the one that won it too. Don't take that the wrong way. I mean, if, like I told you before, if you win, you win, you lose, you lose. I wasn't there for the give you, but I thought that was awesome. So thank you. Not bad at all. I'm gonna rinse this little bit of junk out the bottom of the pan here. Now I dry my gold different. I just sit my pan in front of a space heater and let the small little fan blow the hot warm air over the top of it, and then I dump it onto a piece of paper and put it into my boats. Now I do have cool little gold boats that I weigh the gold in. It's got a really fine point on it, so it's really easy to get it into a little vial. Yes, this is a chunky halfie. So give me 1 second. I'm going to start the drying process because if you guys are still here, I'm going to weigh it in front of you and let you know what we're looking at. Now, I'll be honest with you. There's probably, yeah, I'd say 7 or 8 nice sized pickers in here. Sorry, you hear me make my old man noises. Yeah, that is nice gold. It's gonna, I can guarantee you, like I said, almost with 100% certainty, it's gonna weigh more than a half gram. And even if it doesn't weigh much more, that is still a chunky half gram. Yeah, we all make those noises. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Tio. Trust me. My dad told me a couple years ago before he died, he told me, boy, getting old ain't for the weak. And I 100% agreed with him then, and I 100% agree with him even more now. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Sorry, bro. I didn't even think about it, man. I'm sorry. I should have done that already. Boom. You're Smurf, brother. No disrespect to you at all. I just didn't think about it, man. Oh, you are more than welcome. More than welcome. For as much of a member as you are in this community and for what you do for other people, I have no problem. I appreciate you being here. Shit, you, Bob, Carolyn, Mandy, you guys rock. Thank you. I don't know how much trouble I'll get into for cussing on YouTube, but I don't think I will get much. But I think I recovered just about everything that was in that bag. What do you think, Bob? Oh, go ahead. You can do that. I'll wait for you on the reveal, man. Go ahead. You're good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got all of it. I guess my painting skills, like you said, they're not quite that bad, but always room for improvement, in my opinion. Tito, every time you pop on, man, I want to hop on, but I'm at work most of the time, and I try to hop on while I'm at work, man, but my boss gives me the eye sometimes, and I'm a manager, so I can't be running around with my phone attached to my face or in my face while you're live, man. I try to catch them though. No, you're good, man. Go ahead. Hey, Tio, your silver bag looks interesting. I just, I don't know how confident I would be in panning a silver bag. Does it pan like gold? Magnetic. Hold on, man. Let me smurf you up. Muscle shell. Sorry, let me smurf you up too. That was B&B Patriots. That was his 100 subscriber giveaway bag. You are welcome, brother. You are welcome. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of it moves faster. Like drops down the pan faster than gold would because it's not as heavy. I just know after I pan the bag and I look inside the tailings, I'm gonna find I'm gonna find 70% of the silver I should have found in the pan. Yeah, the silver. I mean, it looks interesting and it's definitely something I would try, but I want to hone my skills in a little better when it comes to panning before I do that. I think. Although there's a lot of added stuff that I saw that was in that bag, bro. Oh, for sure. For sure. That makes complete sense. That I understand what that means. Yeah, man. You're it's always cool to find gems in there as well. And I think that's probably the reason why Baron throws in like an arrowhead in his stuff. So no, finding other stuff in there is always awesome. Plus my daughter, she's a rock hound, man. So anytime I find small little gems or the small little diamonds that start with an H, what are those called? I forget what they're called. But that stuff, she loves that stuff, man. Little pieces of quartz. Oh, thanks, Magnetic. I appreciate you. Shit, 6 watching, 11 likes. I am down. That's awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Oh man, my daughter, she I got her first beginner bag. It was a quarter gram. Now look, don't judge me please, but when I first started doing dirts, it was Clash. Okay, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. But I bought her the quarter gram beginner bag, right? And she got a half gram out of that bad boy. She got a bonus bag, and I never thought that he'd do it. Maybe he was off on a scale, but she got a half gram out of it. And the look on her face when she found gold in the bottom of her pan was it was magnetic, man. It was infectious. And after that, she wanted to get a metal detector and start metal detecting with me. And so, yeah, man, she's been bit by the gold bug. She actually earns Roosevelt silver dimes when she does chores. I give her a silver dime. Just gonna move this gold around really quick in the pan so I can get it to dry faster, guys. Give me 1 second. But yeah, this this clearly looks like more than a half a gram. Would not surprise me any if it was anything less. Or it would surprise me if it was anything less. Almost done though. I say another couple minutes and she'll be ready to go. And I did change my orientation so it was sideways today. Was the video better than last time, you guys? Okay, cool. Well, I did make my tripod is maxed out, so I maxed it out on the height, and the angle so I could get more just straight down on the pan instead of an angle, so you guys could see more of what I was doing. I'll go back and review it afterwards, but I like the way it looks, and I think the video quality is good. Is that all right? Good angle for gold porn. Love it. Love it. Another minute or so, and that shit should be dry. I was thinking about getting a little metal tin and drying my gold like others do, but I like my method. It's slow, but it's effective. On top of the oven at 450. Yeah, because the heat from the residual underneath will warm it up and warm it up from the bottom. All right, give me a second here. So we got. All right, we got some dry gold. That's not bad. Let's see what kind of weight we're looking at. Hold on a second. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. Not a lot of black sands or any black sands at all in there, really. So, not bad, not bad. All right, let's see what she comes up to. The boat on there. All right, so she's bouncing from 5 to 6. So over 0.5 and almost 0.6. My scale's not good enough to give me a point 0.5, whatever it would be. But the fact that it's 0.5 to 0.6 lets me know that it's bouncing somewhere right in the middle. I'd say 0.54, 0.55, somewhere in there. So definitely what it said it was going to be. The bag wasn't too challenging. There was a lot of dark sands in there, so I didn't run a magnet through it, but I would assume that I probably would have gotten a little bit, not a lot. Not that this is a review or anything, but I'll be honest with you. Um, I've gotten 3 bags from B&B so far, and I've yet to be disappointed. Um, just so you guys know, I do plan on getting other bags from other people. Like I know TO's in the channel. I do plan on getting one of your bags as well, TO. I'm gonna get a bag from Baron. I'm gonna get a bag from Culver. You know, all these guys are all well respected people within the community, and there's nothing better than supporting people within the community. And for what Gold's been doing and how I like to pan anyways, I'm gonna keep buying some more. So keep an eye out, you guys. Um, I don't know if you guys have my email, but it's just the humblestacker7 at Gmail. So if you ever need anything, just email me. Love the support from the community, you guys. I really, really, I really, really do appreciate it. Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up for me. Oh, I will definitely get To's bag and Culver's bag. Plan on it for sure. I know we were talking about his silver bag before. I just don't think that my skills are quite good enough to hone in on his bag, his silver bag, but I'm pretty intrigued. I think it's pretty awesome. So the great thing about this boat here is check it out. Right from the scale, right to the vial. Boom. Not a flake or a fly poop spilt. So more gold in the vial. I'm gonna look to add more. Hey you guys, I'm gonna log. It's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna need to get some bed before I go to work. Need to get some sleep before I go to work. See, that's how tired I am. Wait, all bro. Oh, all of what I got right here. Sure. Tear it out. This is all you, anyways. We are at 1.9 grams out of 3 bags. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I got a piece of gold right here on my table. Let's get that in the pan or over here in the scale. Boom. So yeah, out of 3 bags, I spent $110, and I have gotten 1.9 grams of gold. That is quite the ROI. So yes, pretty excited about that. That's a that's pretty generous in your bags there, Bob. Now, one of them was a Gibby, of course. So, half a gram was a Gibby gram. So, appreciate that. But 1.3 on the other two bags, still, I'm talking like 120% ROI. That's still quite the ROI. And she's all in the vial. 1.9. And there's some pretty good, I mean, there's some pretty decent sized pickers in there. I'd say a good two or three that are almost, big enough to where I would almost say that they're close to a nug. So, yes, good dirt from B&B Pay Dirts. Yeah, it's a screaming ROI without it. Oh, awesome, man. I will buy a bag from you. I just gotta wait for some funds to come in. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm heavy into stacking on silver and gold coins, so I do a lot of that. So most of my expendable funds goes towards my stacking. But when I do splurge for pay dirts, you'll be one of my next bags, Tio. As long as you don't make it an impossible bag, man. I heard you can make your bags pretty challenging sometimes. Just don't kill me on the first one I get from you, okay? Yeah, well, I mean, I think I'm better than a beginner. I think I'm a moderate panner. I'm not like an expert or anything, but I'd say moderate would be okay for me, right? I don't want you to be throwing me up a softball, but don't make it impossible like that shit Bob was trying to pan the other day. Now, I know Bob can get through that other shit, that other dirt. I'm not questioning his panning skills. But I think you guys kind of set him up on a lie by throwing him in and telling him to put a couple extra scoops in there, knowing how difficult it was. Oh, dude, I mean, seriously, like, I'd have tapped out way faster than he did, man. There's no way. I mean, Yeah, I know they 100% set you up. But it's all in funny games, and I'll be honest with you, man. You know, um, you're good enough of a painter to where you could have worked through it anyways. I just think that one scoop would have been enough, and then they talked you into doing two, which was just like the nail in the coffin. Oh, it's all good, man. I would have fallen for it too, because how could you not fall for it if you don't know? Especially when you guys are egging him on, telling him he can do it, knowing that it was going to be his demise. All right, guys. It's 1:15 here. I got to hit. Bob, have a good day at work, man. Tio, I'll see you around. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I could get it. I could get it. The hang of this live thing. I could. Night, you guys. I'll see you later.